Hey everyone, it's Deathclock1637 here, and this is going to be the third video in my How to Play Path of Exile 1 series. In this one, I'm going to get a little quicker on the amount of things that I'm progressing through because we've already covered quite a few basic concepts in terms of what's a skill gem, what's a support gem, what does the passive tree look like, and what do those nodes mean. So if you've already played an RPG or action RPG before, you know what a quest is, you know what NPCs are, and you know that they want this cursor in their faces like nothing else in their lives. So um, we're going to be getting our quest reward for killing Hillock, which should be skill. So I skipped his dialogue, and there's three choices. All of them are not bad. Molten Strike is actually a pretty good skill. The only problem with it is that you need a target to lock onto. So we want to be a little more scared and take Ground Slam instead. What this will do is add a little bit of distance between us and the enemy so that we can kill them from further away and not have to be so in their faces. Sorry about my completely disorganized stash. That's where all the junk you don't need goes, and some of the junk you need. So that can be another video. Anyway, we've collected our reward. This game basically will allow you to just progress and trigger quests without needing to talk to the NPCs. But since they want our cursor in our faces so much, let's go talk to Bestel and Nessa and get another quest. So now we have our notifications and we are proceeding into the coast. So we equipped Ground Slam because we're still weak and all we have is this tiny stick. So we're going to be walking with these zombies who want to skin us alive, I guess, or burn us, maybe both, and just take you through. Now, I'm being a little, I don't know, passive at this point, I guess, whatever you want to call it, because I want to group everything up and start slamming them for a little more XP. Now, I wouldn't necessarily suggest that you play the game exactly like this, but it's certainly an option. And like I said, here's Ground Slam at work, where we can just attack from a distance in our scared little position and hit these zombies. There's actually a mini boss there. So since I don't want to die, I'm going to walk and explain what just happened with these gems. So as long as you're fighting something, the gems and you gain experience, and it seems it was if we've gone the wrong way. So let's make a little detour. Anyway, they've leveled to level 2, so you do need to actually click those little things. Click. And now they're level 2, and they will continue gaining experience from that point. Until you click them, they don't gain anything, and they would basically stop. So here is our first waypoint. All we have to do is walk by it. We've triggered it. So from this point, what you can do if you want is consider your life choices and pick this door, or make a worse one, or better one, depending on how you see it, and go to the mudflats. Both of them are actually quest locations. I do want to be clear about that. The only difference is that the mudflats is level 5, and this area over here, which is Tidal Island, is level 3. You will need to do both of them. The Tidal Island over here will offer some benefits and show us a couple of more mechanics as well. So what I'm going to do, because I'm crazy and I want more experience, is go straight into the mudflats, where Roas will probably bump me around a little bit, but we're going to deal with that. The objective here is you get the glyphs, which are those little nodes. They're hidden in Aroa Nest, and it will enrage the group around it. So I've just gained a level. Um, and take the glyph. So that's one. There should be two more. Usually they're in kind of a triangle layout. Here's, oh yeah, yep, here we died. It's very easy to get overwhelmed in this area in that particular fashion. I decided to take a little bit more melee damage so I don't suck as much. See, we've stunned a couple of them, but I'm going to try and stutter step around. Whoa. A little bit of positioning back. Booties. Chromatic orb. Here's another glyph. Scrolls of Wisdom are very important in the early game. But like I said, our goal here is to get those glyphs, get experience, and then we will have another quest reward waiting for us. Now, you don't really need to be concerned with the layout of the map. Killing things at this point will only just give you more experience, and you'll just be a little bit stronger going into the next areas, or even back to the tidal island, as I was speaking about before. That's another unique mob. We're going to try and avoid it as best we can, and employ the tactical retreat. At this point, I'm just hoping to find the next area I need to go to. That's a side quest I've gone the wrong way. Like I said, it's okay. We'll just leave that mob behind because at this point in the game, it's scary. I'm sure that the next area is on that side. Generally, if you really wanted to, you could hug a wall. Okay, so here we go. The objective will be just to put the glyphs in the wall. Our skill leveled up again. I'm just going to make sure it's gone. All right, done. So what we're going to do now is hit this waypoint, and we're going to go back to the coast. I have a skill point ready, and I do actually have a quest turn in, but I'm going to continue getting more melee physical damage. I clicked the wrong thing. Definitely clicked the wrong thing. All right, so we're taking a little detour back to the tidal island where I really wanted to go. And there's a mini boss here too. That's dangerous in a different way. He has cold attacks, and he will attack in a sort of attack in a wave in front of him, like that, which you can get out of range of, thankfully. The problem isn't necessarily him; it's the stuff around him. I'm also going to do another quick action and click this, which is always attack without moving, so that I don't need to walk to the spot and then hit a target. So what I'm going to do is I said try to avoid, which isn't really working because I've been chilled. So let's attack him and take his loot here. All right, so that's our quest item. A bunch of things have dropped here. What we do want is this helm and this flask and this scroll of wisdom. So we have 5 now. We have an unidentified helmet. We're going to identify it. Boom. You did see a bunch of things in my inventory. One of them is a quest item. I'm just here just smacking a couple of extra enemies for good measure. And what we're going to do just for the sake of ease is press escape and go to the character selection screen, click our beefy boy, and end up back in town. So like I said, a lot of things happened here and we completed 2 quests along the way. I'm not going to do any more of that in terms of quests, any more than that in terms of quests, pardon me. But we are going to get our rewards. So we have to go to Tarkley. So we have Decoy Code, Steel Skin, and Vigilant Strike. So we're getting exposed to more skills and more types of skills. Steel Skin is what's called a guard skill. You can see that you can have it absorb some damage for you and grants immunity to bleeding while it's on. So that's an awesome thing to take. Here is Shield Charge. It can be an attack, but also a movement skill. And basically, we need a shield for that. We'll take it anyway. Ignore his dialogue and go straight to Nessa and take our rewards. So here is a sort of extension on the flask mechanic. We've seen what life and mana flasks can do. These are the upgraded versions of the ones we have in our slots right now. But what we do want is this Quicksilver, which is called a utility flask. So we're going to equip it. It's level 4, and during its effect, we get 40% move speed. Further to that, we have some extra support options. Momentum is pretty good. And also, if we wanted to, we could get a chance to bleed. Either one's fine. Ancestral Call support doesn't, as you can see, support Ground Slam, so we can pick either one. But because I haven't really gone into any like dexterity nodes yet, I can take just chance to bleed just to take something. Anyway, like I said, that's like the first 2 quests. What I'm going to do is cut it off here because, like I said, we've introduced a lot more things, and I've shown the sort of like mechanics in the first couple of areas. What I can do is basically take that a little bit further and do more of a let's play type of format, where I take a build and take this character a little further out to the end of Act 1 and demonstrate more of the areas. So hopefully that's helpful. Like I said, we did actually wrap together a few concepts like the passive points, gaining levels, experience, items. And, this is just an extension of the sockets that I was talking about in the very first video when I picked up this club. Anyway, like I said, I am going to wrap that up here. Thank you for watching again. And I'll see you in the next one.